Right, so that's the minibus all filling up. Don't you, Ratchet? Do you like this basket? She's in a meeting on the 11th
of January.
And doesn't Joan look fantastic?
I found my ocarina as well.
Go on, there you go. Just what is the weather like where you are? We've had rain. So was it a week and a half or so ago? We had that real cold snap, didn't we? Over a couple of weeks with a little bit of snow, but the the ground was frozen solid. And we've just had relentless rain everywhere. Everywhere. It's just absolutely miserable. Right, Sandra's at work, so I'm home alone, doing home alone things. I just want to give a mention to. So I'm going to do this one-handedly. I've got some more Christmas cards and Campsite Warden stickers here that are going out. So Dawn, yours will get posted today. Matthew, yours is going to get posted today. And also, Kevin, yours is going to get posted today. So I'm not too sure how long I'm going to be able to carry this on now, because obviously we're getting closer and closer to Christmas. But still, while this video is on, if you want a Christmas card send-in off us with a Campsite Warden sticker in, there's a link in the description below on how to order a sticker. So if you order a sticker between now and the next week or so, we'll write you a little Christmas card and send that out to you. I'm just waiting for a phone call. I've got somebody from a local school coming over that's touched down with me on a website called Freecycle. So if you don't know what Freecycle is, basically, if you've got items that you want to give away that can be recycled, they're too good to tip and somebody may be able to use, you can use this website called Freecycle. So I'll nip outside in a minute. You can see how wet it is as well. So I've got a number of items out of Sandra's old greenhouse in the garden, all to do with gardening, basically. Several people got in touch, and one of them was a local school. So I've offered the school, because they've got like an allotment society going, and I'm hoping that they may take some other bits that I haven't advertised yet. But again, we'll go outside and have a look in a minute. Yeah, whether we're going to clear some space in the garden, and they turn up, because obviously sometimes people don't turn up, which can be frustrating. Some of you will put free stuff on Facebook Marketplace, and that is an option. But you've got to be really, really careful, because there's some absolutely shysters out there that will take something that you're giving away free for somebody to recycle or upcycle, and then before you know it, a week later, they're selling it on Marketplace. Yeah, incredibly frustrating. And there are some people who take the complete mickey when you give things away. We had a sofa, 2 sofas a few years ago. They were really good. There was absolutely nothing wrong with them. But you can't sell sofas on because they're too big and bulky to move, and people need vans. So we actually had a family, an entire family, come to look at our free sofas. And you would have thought we were flipping Sofa World with the way, and then they go, oh no, I'm sure we can get a better one than this. And they were in the house for about an hour, and I'm just saying, they're free. You're not paying for them. They're free. Yeah, absolutely took the mickey. Anyway, I'm going to get outside and just check everything's all okay for when this cold comes. It's spitting. It's sort of stopped raining. Right, so I've got this garden shed unit. There's nothing wrong with this. It just needs a good jet washing, and all that algae will come off it. But it's all waterproof inside, and basically it's just too good to throw away. Then down here again, all being well, they're going to want to take, these are all compost. There's some garden tools, plant pots, more plant pots in there that they can take. And then I've got a shelving unit over here. I've got, this is brand new. It's worth a few quid. That's brand new chicken wire, but it's the coated chicken wire, the high one. So all being well, in a few hours, this bit of the garden will be cleared. And the bin bags, I'll come back to the bin bags there in a minute. There's 23 bin bags. 23 bin bags, 2, 3, and another bit of rubbish. that would go into probably another, maybe 2 bin bags, but they need cutting down basically. So we got in touch. So we were going to get a skip, which we may still end up getting a skip. And then we got in touch with a local person that removes rubbish, licensed, because you've got to be licensed. £390. £390 to move what would be the equivalent of, let's say, 25 bin bags. £390. That is just madness. I may end up actually doing it myself, to be honest. I'll just see how this week goes, and I may just end up taking 5 or 6 bags a day. So those that are local to me, and I know some of you will know Altrincham Grammar School for Boys. I'll let you into something here. My brother, who would now be in his mid-70s, went to Altrincham Grammar School for Boys, and the whole family was really proud of him because it's the first person that went to a grammar school and everything. Anyway, Bobby's not with us anymore, but we're gifting all these garden items. So going into a minibus over here, and it's absolutely amazing for everything to be going to a good home. Right, so that's the minibus all filling up nicely. It's all happening. Oh, hang on a minute. So I'm being gifted some cardboard boxes by a neighbour. That's the all done. They run out of space basically, so they are going to come back for those. And then there's 3 of the herb pots there to go. Mission accomplished. And then one of my neighbours from across the road. Again, there's these boxes. Right, so these are super strong boxes. Some of them are actually slightly double lined. So if you're moving house, take a tip. Don't do what we did. I've been collecting boxes for months, and some of them have been huge boxes, and they've ended up being too big, so not manageable weight wise. So these smaller size boxes, these are ideal. These will be absolutely fantastic. So as I say, we've got bedding in there, and at some stage we've got loads more bedding in the bedroom to undo. There's clothes to pack, and we've got obviously we've got the kitchen to empty at some stage, and the few things we've got on display in the living room. So yeah, so we've just been gifted from a lady across the road. She'll get a Christmas card. Yeah, she'll get a Christmas card. Right, that's that done, and I've just created today's dinner as well. It's super on time today. So quite ahead of myself. So there's a beautiful cottage pie. That's all ready to go in the oven. Late afternoon for when Sandra gets home from work, so she's got another nice hot meal for it. Rasha, what are you doing? You've been eating some chicken from leftover chicken, haven't you, Rasha? What have you been doing? What have you been doing? What have you been doing? No gravy bone. You love your basket, don't you? You really like this basket, don't you? Don't you, Rasha? Do you like this basket? Hey, you being a good girl? There you go. A bit of a run around day. I was going to say hello to Sandra, but I'm going to be shh. She's in a meeting. Shh. Maybe when she comes out of the meeting, I can put the sign on the toilet door. Would that work? So that's first job done and out of the way. That's another batch of Christmas cards and stickers have all gone out. I've had to go and buy some more stamps as well. I just can't believe the price of stamps. It's really ridiculous. We've actually got, if you're in the northwest, there is quite a lot of news. Funny, I mentioned this on a vlog, was it last week, about postal deliveries and stamps and first class and second class things not arriving, and it's become quite a big story. Anyway, right, Lidl. Here we come. Joan, who some of you may remember from last year, and Joan is going to be 100 on the 11th
of January.
And doesn't Joan look fantastic? You look you look amazing, Joan.
Well, I wish I could say the same of my hearing and my sight, and particularly my memory. I get very confused sometimes.
You're doing good, Joan. You're a lady with so much history and background.
Mystery?
History.
Oh.
Not and mystery. I was on Amazon the other night and I was looking at your books, what we got published. You got five books on the Kindle.
Yes.
And I think one of them was it The Body in the Chimney?
Yes.
That's a mystery.
That's right.
So yeah, Joan, you honestly, it's just amazing to see you looking so good.
Well,
we won't be able to see you. Another day, another dollar. And it said on your office door this morning, in a meeting.
Yeah, because I'm always in a meeting and are you there? Like, I'm here because I'm working, but, you know.
So last night, I said, I need your car and give you a lift to work or what. You say, no, I'll be, it's a nice day, I'm probably going to cycle.
I did.
Yeah, that was at dinner time.
Late morning after my meeting.
Hey, right, I've seen Joan. So Joan was on here for a few minutes before. She said something really morbid. I had to do a little edit about living so long. But she looks absolutely amazing. So you saw her in summer, didn't you?
I saw her carer. She was asleep.
Oh, right, okay. Well, that's probably why Joan couldn't remember seeing you then.
Because she was asleep.
Right. So
I did try and see her, but she was asleep.
No, so she was really good and really buzzing. And I said, I'm not too sure when this video is coming out, but obviously we're going to be putting out this Christmas card. No, not Christmas card. A birthday card appeal for Joan to get 100 or more birthday cards. And she's going, I don't want the party, Neil. and then I said to her, I should have got it on camera. I said, so do you think I'll get 100 birthday cards for you, Joan? And she turned around and said, no. And Joan's really dry. She's really sarcastic, and she's an ex headmistress. You won't get 100 people. I don't know 100 people. I said, no, but by the time I finish with a bit of PR, more than 100 people will know all about you, Joan. So, yeah, that was, yeah, but really nice. She last year when I saw her, no, this year. No, next year. Last year, this year, January. She was not at all well. No. Have you heard anything from Hannah?
She's arrived and she now has an Australian SIM card. This is Hannah we're talking about.
Yeah.
For her, that's quite a lot of communication.
That's more than Arlie. None of you have seen Arlie on video for a year or whatever. Yeah, well, that's a generation that doesn't communicate.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
And I did get around to looking at the island where she'll be at Christmas. It's really lovely, isn't it?
So we've got a few Australian viewers, watchers, over that part of the country. You never know. Hannah could be walking the streets one day and somebody here on YouTube are going to turn, hello, Hannah. And I was going, what? Which would be quite weird for her, wouldn't it? It's a big place, Australia.
It is, but it can be a small world in terms of chance meetings and things.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
And I've spent almost 2 hours with Tony and Pam, some friends of ours. Tony's not been very well today as well. I'm in a bit of a big catch-up. So they moved from a semi-detached house, big semi-detached house, into a bungalow locally to us in Manchester 5 or 6 years ago.
Something like that, yeah.
And their house on blah, blah, blah Avenue was up for sale for, I think Tony said, 14 months before they sold it. And they said that we're going to ask that price and we're not moving 1 penny below it. And over a year. But they were saying it's the best thing that they've done. And then Pam was having a laugh. She says, are you having a declutter? So I said, yes. I said, it's our third one in the last few years. She said, we had a big declutter. We boxed everything up. And when we moved house, we put it all in the garage. This, however many years ago since he moved to the bungalow. She says, and we've never been in the garage since. So everything that they thought they needed is still in the boxes.
Yeah, but what people won't know, because you're in Neil land all the time, you went right over your head. But this stuff that I've been going through is reminiscing a bit. But until last winter, when we finally got the loft opened a bit wider and the steps put in, I couldn't physically get in the loft. So he put all my precious stuff in the loft and I couldn't even get up there to do anything with it. So, So it's not my fault that I didn't get a chance to do anything with my stuff for all them years, because that and being stupidly busy in life and family and work. And
but you made it.
As and when I get to finally semi-retire, I'll be able to do what I always wanted to do with all my stuff, which is why I didn't want to throw it away in the first place.
So you said on one of your reminiscing vlogs recently, I've just found my F penny flute that's been missing for decades. Not
D penny whistle.
Well, penny whistle, penny.
So where is it? Anyway, it was stuck in the flipping loft.
But it said decades. You didn't know where it was. You didn't even know where you packed it.
Well, whose fault is that?
Not mine.
Definitely yours.
Rhubarb. Rubbish.
And that's for me poor pictures. And somebody put an elephant on top and broke half of them.
Bollocks.
See what I put up with?
No idea. Not a clue. How unlucky you are to have me. Right, we've also.
So I'm very forgiving, dear.
We've also. I'm not too sure when we're going to do this. We're going to do this Christmas Carol session.
I found my ocarina as well.
Hey, ocarina! Right.
No, not that kind of ocarina. Oh. Not Macarena.
Oh. Those of a certain age will have danced to the Macarena. It ain't what you do, it's the way that you do it. It ain't what you do. Oh, that's a different song, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Go on then. What's an ocarina? What?
I'll have to show. I'll vlog it another time.
What's an ocarina?
It's a type of musical instrument. You blow into it and it makes sounds.
Right. If you know what ocarina is, before I find out, comment below. Anyway, that wasn't the question. The answer to the question.
What was the question?
When are we going to get this Christmas Carol session done? Because we need to pre-record it, and it could get complicated.
For about the 10 millionth time, I am still working next week, but when I can get to Friday, it's not quite so insanely, stupidly, crazy busy with back-to-back meetings and a lot of stress. So you just let me get to Friday. And as you know,
I'm busy in the day. I've got things to do.
There's other stuff that we can't really talk about, but we've been trying to make some progression.
House movement, house sales.
We can't really talk about, but
complications, stress.
So another conversation about that at some point.
So that's not aimed at you. That's saying.
So there's just a lot going on. So come the weekend, things are a bit calmer. We can. But
you tell me, so you can't see your hands. You look like Hong Kong Phooey.
Just please be patient at least until the weekend, and I'm not quite so stressed because I'm going to be quite so crazy busy after that.
Okay, there's another 2 bottles of wine have appeared from nowhere.
Well, not nowhere.
And you appeared last night with a bottle of rum. I've never seen in my entire life.
With a bit of Coke, it was very nice.
You necked a bottle of whiskey the other night.
Now last tiny dribble, like that much.
Where did the bottle of rum come from?
It was my summer treat. But it's not. We didn't really get a summer, did we? So
why do you get Woods 100 rum that I like?
I haven't heard of it.
Woods. I'm not really a spirit drinker, but a Woods 100. You must have had a Woods 100. It warms up your cockles on a freezing cold night. It's gone very mild as well, hasn't it?
Yes. I had a very nice cycle ride today, in other news. It was fun.
Fun. In other news. Good. Anything else been happening?
I cycled past all the Manchester United match traffic was horrendous, and I just cycled past it all. No issues.
No, so seriously, just on a very reminiscent.
If we'd have been going out tonight, we'd have had trouble getting anywhere. The traffic was absolutely rammed right across Manchester.
So as it happened, going back 15 years, possibly even more, when Sandra was commuting, she used to cycle from here into Altrincham, leave a bike and get the metro into Manchester and then go to work, and then we ended up with a Brompton, didn't you, folding bike. I know we've told this story before, but obviously we don't pay any attention to big events in Manchester, so that can be cricket, it can be football matches, big concerts at the arenas. We don't pay any attention to any of it, and the amount of times that you just couldn't get home, it was just like completely crazy, wasn't it?
It was, and it's pretty much back now to being as bad as it ever was again. Grim. No.
So we made, I can't remember when it must have been this time, whenever it was, all them years ago. Sandra physically phoned and said, I can't get home. I can't get on the tram, and it was snowing and icy cold and you were wet and freezing. And then I just said, no, we're getting a second car. It's unsafe. And you physically, you could not get home, could you? And because of the traffic going into Manchester, I couldn't even get into Manchester to get you.
Well, it's a bit of a white lie, but
Well, it's taken me about 2 hours. I'd have been in a knight in shining armour.
It's like snowing, and every time it snowed, I knew I'd never get home. And I was at work and it started to snow. It's like my heart sank. I was like, And then Neil texts me and he says, it's snowing again. Do you want a lift? I was like, oh, thanks. Yeah, please. He went from flipping Altrincham. That's no good to man or beast.
I was back then. I was in back-to-back meetings myself. I've got no any idea how busy I used to be back then. I've no idea when I'm going to be finished meetings.
Rest in your eyes, cheeky.
Godless rhubarb. That was a Sandra scowl then. Did you see that? She go, why do you got to do that? Go. You look like Frogface, Mr. I'm not going to say who, but we go.
What times you ask for a lift?
When you scorn at me, you go. Go on, do it. Go on, do a scorn. Go on, scorn. When Sandra's not happy with me, if you watch very carefully with body language, a lot of you out there, we've had some comments where I just heart or don't bother. There was one where we dropped something on Sandra's toe the other day, and somebody said, you didn't even apologise. You only see on camera what we want you to see on camera. You don't see all the love that I give to Sandra. And all the apologies. What?
You're better than you used to be, I suppose.
Rubbish. So. What are you laughing at? Go on, do a scorn. Go on, you just did a scorn. I'm going to have to slow down the scorn. Your eyes close and you go. So if you watch,
still like water up a duck's bath. Trust me, it's just oblivious.
So when Sandra's not happy with what I'm saying, if you look at her eyes go squinty, and then the lips go, and then out they go. And when Sandra's guilty, and she knows exactly what I'm going to say, if you watch carefully, it's very true. When Sandra's guilty, she starts laughing.
Just because the way you say you're guilty, it just makes me laugh because you're weird.
Tell it to the judge. Guilty. Right. This is a very mixed up vlog, this one. I got the it's 2 days worth of bit of content. So obviously I've got rid of all the gardening stuff out the garden and stuff that all went to Altrincham Grammar School for boys and everything. They were well chuffed with that. Good. Cleared a lot of things. So definite progress on that front.
And we might have a car update possibly in the near future. Touch wood, fingers, toes crossed.
Fingers crossed tomorrow. Tomorrow.
We hope.
Tomorrow. I've got a song. It's not a... What's that song? Tomorrow.
So, and where's my thank you for lending in my car again today?
And where's my thank you for cooking you a lovely tea tonight, all hand prepared? Well, I went to Lidl for you. Well, got you a pigskin blanket pizza tonight. That's why. It was really nice, actually, wasn't it?
I had to put extra pepper on mine. It was a bit bland otherwise, but it was okay.
No,
with pepper.
So it was a quick tea tonight because I had a bit of a run around this afternoon. So it was some slamming the oven. But last night you had a beautiful homemade cottage pie, and I've got some other creations coming up for you very shortly. Yeah. Right, come on. I think we better get going.
You still avoided saying thank you anyway.
Thank you for what?
This is what it's like. I say, where's my thank you? He says, you didn't thank me, but he still doesn't thank me.
I thank you off camera.
Yeah, or something.
I do. I really, really do. I do. I really, really do. Oh, no, we can't go yet. Quick, pull a cracker. Sorry. Well, we're forgetting. So we'll end on this one. So we've got some.
Should we try one of these ones?
Yeah, we can try one of these ones. Sorry, we're doing the cracker a day with a. Sandra's got to put a hat on, tell a joke, and a challenge. So go on, let's pull.
Oh, we got a proper snap anyway.
We got a snap. I don't know if you heard the snap.
We have a yellow hat.
A yellow hat. Thank you.
And a Christmas word search. We can look for bells.
Oh.
Bells.
Esmeralda. That's. Oh, should we call you Quasimodo and you can call me Esmeralda?
It's the best quality hat, I have to say. Look. Nobody's asked why I'm wearing my Christmas earrings and my Christmas jumper.
It's going to be a good joke, this. I don't know. Why are you wearing your Christmas earrings and your Christmas jumper?
Because it was supposed to be Christmas craft day with my team at work.
Well, all you do at work is flipping have parties and have to...
But I couldn't go because I was working.
Right.
Who's doing the...
You've got to do them because I can't do the challenges. So I'm filming. Everybody said I failed doing me, Jason and the Argonauts.
You'll have to do the next one. Right.
I can't do the next one.
Ooh.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, I didn't know what to say.
What? Read it out.
Okay, the question is, what's the craziest thing that you've done on public transport?
Sorry, just to prove that we're not cheating, by the way, just you can see that. Yeah.
Why would I be cheating? That's kind of a weird question.
Well, you phoned me up weeping that you couldn't get home. But you weren't actually on the public transport.
That's not weird. I mean, it's not really what I did that was weird, but when I used to commute a lot, our stop is the end of the Altrincham line. So when I finally got a seat, if I was lucky enough to get a seat, I'd have a snooze. And one time I just nodded off to sleep. And then about 2 stops before, this guy next to me prodded me and woke me up and said, "Don't miss your stop." Which was weird, because I wasn't going to miss my stop. Because
was he called Hamish?
Why would he be called Hamish?
I don't know. You address all these Hamishes and Georgies and things like that, don't you? Well, that's something else did that. So what's the weirdest thing you've done?
Well, I haven't really.
Everybody's done something weird on public transport.
Can't think of anything.
So when you were when you were little, like when you were about 10, and you went on a double decker, those of a certain age, if you especially, I'm guessing all the boys do this. Double decker. Did you ever go upstairs to the front of the double decker bus, and then at the front they had little catches where you could open it up, and then you could turn the hand crank and change the bus number and the destination on like a thing that went round. So it had 0 to 9, and 0 to 9 you could change the bus number, and instead of having Altrincham, you could put Old Trafford.
You see, you should have done the dare. Yeah. And again, it wasn't me. But the only other weird thing that I remember on public transport was I used to get the train a lot when I was a student in Norwich. And I got on this Sheffield train and I got my bike with me, so I was in the conductor's compartment. And then...
You were in the conductor's compartment? What was the conductor called? Hamish?
The guard's van, you know what I mean? Like the old-fashioned...
No, the guard's van, not the conductor's van.
Well, it's that, that kind of thing. And he looked at me, and obviously I hadn't got my flute on me or anything like that. And he looked at me and he said, I bet you're a flute player. I was like, well, actually, yes, I am. And he said, all right, I play in a brass band. And he said, oh, I've just learned how to transpose music. And he actually wrote on the side of the carriage with a pen, like, how to transpose between different keys. So I thought that was pretty weird. But it wasn't me, though.
Right, Sandra, that's, yeah. Say goodbye. What are we going to do with you? Go and give yourself a rum. I need to go and get a bath.
Anyway, if you found any of that amusing, give us a thumbs up, a like, and a subscribe.
Give a what? Where your hands? Wait, put your thumb up. Give us a thumbs up, like and subscribe. What? Give a thumbs up. It's not really going up my nose, by the way. It's that side before somebody says, oh, that was horrible in front of your darling wife. Oh, I'm sorry, Sandra. Bye.
Bye.